Hi, this is Dumabag Inisita. We are getting ready for our video for today. Our video will be continuation of the what I had last night about my life. Remember, we ended at 2001, and before that we had an introduction with my husband. uh, what did we do yesterday? What did we do? We danced.
Right. Yeah.
We danced and we sing. So that we did that last night. And now for our introduction, also before I start with the autobiography of myself, we will also have a showcase of the dance that we had long before when we were younger, but not like now that we can't give energy. But when we were younger, we have a lot of dancing. That was
50s and 60s.
1950s and 60s. So we do some showcasing. We did when we were younger, 1950s. So we did Watusi, if you remember. Wah, 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 tusi. Woo! Come on, baby, do the Watusi. Come on, do Watusi. Boom! That's what to say, alright? Actually, we don't have enough space here because we have a small space only. But that's what we call what to see before. And then also we have also the mashed potato. You know, we do that. We do our legs, our feet like that. Mashed potato, baby, 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 do the mashed potato. Don't you know that I know the mashed potato? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Harina cake, do the mashed potato. The legs will be like that. Because we have no space, be like that. Don't you know that I love you so, baby cake, harina cake. So we call it mashed potato. For the young generation today, they don't know what are those dancing for 1950s, I think. And then we have watusi, that we have mashed potato like that, and we have also twist. What's a twist?
Twist goes like this.
What is this song?
Come on, baby.
Let's do that twist. Come on, baby. Let's do that twist. Round and around and around and around and around.
Around and around. Do the twist like this.
How do you twist, Ray? 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
As we did last summer. Oh, come on, let's twist again. As
Like
we did last summer.
summer.
So we have what to see. We have mashed potato. We have what's the third one? Mashed potato and the twist. And then we have also long time before we have the cha cha cha, cha cha cha, kiriko cha cha cha. Yan na, da di da dan, cha cha cha. Panting walay laba, cha dun. Panting bulingon, cha cha cha. Panting walay laba, cha cha. Panting that's cha cha. And then we also have the tango. Hernando's hideaway tango. Tadan, 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 tadan. Then another one. Tadan, 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 tan, tan. Tadidan, dadadan, tandan.
Hernando's hideaway. Gee.
And then we have the boogie. Also the boogie. Ta-di-da-da-da-dan, da-da-di-da-da-dan. Ta-di-da-da-da-dan, di-da-da-da-da-dan. Ta-di-da-da-da-dan, ta-di-da-da-da-dan. Ta-di-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dan. all of me. Why not take all of me? And then this one. And then, we have also, when we were younger, I used to, right here, I used to do the limbo, limbo, limbo rock. Limbo, limbo, limbo rock. Limbo, limbo, limbo rock. Limbo, limbo, limbo rock. Okay, come here. Yeah, come here. So that's our showcasing. That's our showcasing when we were younger. We danced like that, and so many more. We danced, but we were very active during and energetic long before. But now, our knees are just hurting. Okay, that's for the introduction of my continuation of the my autobiography. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So we ended last night the 2001. Remember? The 2001 when I had my surgery. Yeah? That was 2000. We started in 1997. We continued 1998, then 2000, and then 2001. So 2001 I have my surgery. Remember I told you that that's where we left. We left last night when I had my surgery. And then I had my surgery, and I just do the highlights. When I had my surgery, I used to go to in LA. It was in the Presbyterian somewhere in Vermont and Fountain. I was there having a mastectomy surgery, breast cancer. And so every day for 1 month I had my radiation, I have my chemotherapy, and there was until now there is a small chapel there, and I could cry myself, Lord, please give me a chance. I have a lot of missions in my life. I have a lot of people who are waiting for me in the Philippines, and so please give me. I just cried there in the chapel. The chapel was so quiet. And then so after the radiation, the chemo, the doctor would be telling me, don't drive, because it's not good to drive, because you're gonna feel dizzy after the chemo. But who will drive for me? Nobody. Everybody where I stayed in a house, my relatives, everybody was working. Here in the States, everybody has to work. And my daughter came here only during my surgery for a week, because she has to work also. She has to go back to South Carolina, and she has to work. And then she has family there, so she stayed only for a week, and then went home there in South Carolina. So I drove, and then even the doctor was telling me don't drive, but I drove. What can I do? And so one time there was a time that I was along the freeway. I had an accident. Because maybe I felt like a little dizzy. And then so my car during that time was brought to the shop, the mechanic shop. So I have and I don't have a permanent job during the time. It was and so I have to borrow money. I have to borrow money from my cousin, because the car was there in the shop, and then I have to get it so I could continue having be driving by myself. But nobody was driving me ever during my treatment. So that was 2001. But 2020 I continued my for 5 years. I have been continuing my medication, because it has to be 5 years. But the what you call this, the chemo and the radiation for 1 month only. So, but the pills every day for 5 years until the doctors told me to stop because I was cancer free at that time. And so 2022 I continued working, going to LAUSD. But the man that I met, remember I told you that there was a man who helped me, the guy who helped me, so I could be in the LAUSD. So he was still helping me. He visits me there, and then there was a time that maybe he realized that this lady, if we will continue being friends, then this lady probably will be a burden, maybe. So but he was still helping me during the time, and I started to like this man because he helped me, and I really I give credits to him, and then because he helped me and he was nice, and so I started to like him, and so he told me to go to the school, and then I started to have a substitute in the LAUSD, at Los Angeles school district. And so the doctor told me, Inesita, don't work because your immune system is weak, and you're gonna be exposing yourself with children in the children there. And then, by the way, before I forget, it came to my mind, excuse me, before I forget, I made an error of telling you last night that the teachers are palautang. No, sorry, I'm very sorry. It's not all the teachers are palautang. It's only me and some of my friends, but not all. I'm sorry, teachers, because I was mentioning that last night, that all the teachers in the Philippines palautang, but only those who need money. Like me, I used to give my check as guarantee, so I could get money, and then at the end of the month, if the check will arrive, I have to get that check will be taken by the lending institution, and then I have to get the change. I only have the change because they already have taken my check. So anyway, so I'm very sorry if I said last night that palautang mga maestra. Not all, not all. It's only me, I think, and some of my friends. So anyway, so where were now? I started to work in LAUSD, and I started to work here in the valley, there in somewhere in Eagle Rock, somewhere in LA, many school districts there. I went the doctor somewhere in Naples, here in Naples, in Panorama City, or somewhere in somewhere here in that Strata and something. So any LAUSD, I went there. But the doctor said, you are not supposed, but I can't do anything because I already signed up. And so what I did, I have my mask, because children, they're just children, like 7 years old, 8 years old, when they're when nose running nose, when they have running nose, they would do like that, they would do like that. So, but then I'm trying to protect myself, I just wear a mask. And during that time, 2002 and 2003, let's do 2002 and 2003, because that's the time that I was substituting. And during that time, I was bald. Nawala na yung mga buhok ko, lahat ng mga buhok, lahat ng mga hair, nawala, lahat ng buhok ko, wala. So, nag-wig ako, binigyan. I did not pay anything, by the way, because I didn't have work. So I think that something like social worker or the women something helped me during that time, because I was still new during that time in LA. So uh, social workers interviewed me, and so they helped me. So I didn't pay anything. So, but 2000, it was 2002 to 3, 2003, I keep on working, and my scar here was still fresh, and then of course it was hurting. So I see to it that it would be protected. So um, there were times that I was so depressed, very depressed. And then my friend said, "Why don't you go out?" Said, we have dancing there for singles. I said I cannot dance because it's when I do like that, it's hurting. So just go and sit down there. Anyway, there is no fee, no fee. Or if you want to buy a drink, then you can buy a drink. Just go there. And then so the guy would be also there, and he continued on inviting me, but little bit there is a gap already, because he knows that I was having this cancer. Maybe he thought that it will be a burden. So anyway, it's okay. So and then so I went with my friends. I went there, and then the dancing. I dance, and then but it hurts. So it just because when I continued staying at home, I would be depressed more because of what happened to me. So so I just said I have to do something else. So and I continued for 2000 to 2000. I continued um, substituting to all the um, schools, districts. And then it so happened that another friend of mine, special ed teacher, told me that you go to that agency, Teachers on Reserve. The name of the agency is Teachers on Reserve, because they need more substitute teacher, because I'll be ending with my contract with the LAUSD, substitute only, or volunteers substitute. I was not given actually a salary, but only something like a stipend. And so um, so my friend said, "Go, let's go to the um, Teachers on Reserve." So we've been trained, and we've been having more paperwork, and we trained. And so I was telling to the agency that I don't want to be assigned in far places, because when I drove, I think the doctor was telling me not to drive during the time. So I went all over the places: Altadena, Pasadena, La Cañada, what's that big school, the GPL, the La Cañada, that Melrose, that Glendale there, because we call it Teachers on Reserve. Whenever a school will be needing a teacher, they just call the agency Teachers on Reserve, and then we go there. And then everywhere in them, here in the valley, there, all over the places, it was tough for me. But then I was earning money already because of the substitute. But then so my friend said, "We will take classes, because we have to take, even if we have bachelors in the Philippines, it's not credited. We have to take. So let's try to take classes." So I took classes like 12 units, even if I have my bachelor there in the Philippines, but I have to take, because that's what they told me. You just take even 12 minutes of this child development thing. So I just work and work, and I substituted everywhere. I even substituted there in the 4th Street, 7th Street, there in LA. And I used to take the train already, because I cannot drive there in LA. It's so busy. So I left my train there in the somewhere in Lancashire, I just I used to leave it there, and then I took the train and then come back and then get again my car there in the parking lot of this train station in North Hollywood. And so uh, and so I continued and continued. I was in a Dobnov. It's like a Jewish school. So and then it was, you know, Filipinas are hard worker people. Most of us are hard worker people. So they like all the schools that I have been substituting. When they ask a substitute teacher, they ask me, we want Inesita to be in our school. And so the agency, teachers on reserve agency will tell me that the school could want you to be there. So I was there, and then the supervisor there, which was very nice, she told me, Inesita, you have to take classes, and then we want you here. No, I'm not qualified. And then the school there too in 4th Street, it's a federal building, not toddlers. I was not assigned to infant. There's infant, toddlers, and kindergarten. They don't want me because I did not take a units for infants. So that school was very strict. They told me, we don't want a teacher who have not taken the units for infancy, you know, that class about infancy. We want a teacher who had really taken the class of infancy, so they would know. So I was assigned in that kindergarten. They are 6 years old, and then so I went. I was there. I signed a contract that I have to be there for one. It was a good school. It was a federal, you know, federal, like Reagan, something like Reagan building. And so I worked there, and then you know what? I told you I was I just want to mention a highlight. There was a fire there in LA. 4th Street is very busy. It's close to the Central Market. Central Market is very, very, very big there in LA. So you know what happened? Because they don't want me to be because they're very strict in that school. Said those teachers who have taken the units of infancy education should be here in the infant. But there were only 5 infants and teachers there, and then I was assigned there in the kindergarten 1, so little bit bigger, 6 years old, 5 years old. So I was not in the toddlers either. So there was a fire, and then I was there in the kindergarten class, and then we were 2, and then toddlers 1, because it was lunchtime. 1 toddler here, 2 in the kindergarten teachers, and then 1 here in the toddlers, and also 1 because it was sleeping time for the infants, babies. So only 1. So what happened? There was a fire. So oh my God, what will I do? There were 6 infants there, and then there's one toddlers there, and we were 2 in that kindergarten. So the other teacher there, she grabbed some of the kids there, and then the toddler teacher there grabbed, and then we went out, and we crossed the street. We were in the 4th Street in LA. Then we crossed. There's a building there, and then so I went to the infant room, because I know that there was only 1 teacher. I would, never mind if they don't want me, because I don't have any units of the infants. I have to help them. You know what? The kids here were just pulling my pants here. The kids here were pulling, and they were crying. They were 5 years old. crying, mommy, mommy, come on, come on. And so I ran to the infant room, and then I have the crib and the infant, 3 infants. I put it there, and then let's go, let's go, because she was only one there, one teacher in the infant's room. So let's go. And the kids were, mommy, mommy, mommy. So I said, let's go. I pushed the crib, and some infants will be here, and the other teacher for infant, they was dragging two infant. I put it. How can she gather all those 5? I think there were 5 or 6. 5. Then she was alone there because everybody was sleeping, and the infants were sleeping, and then the other teachers were for the infant teachers. They are taking a break. So I said, the kids were just, and the other were, okay, come on, let's go. And you know what? It was really, for me, it was scared. Remember that I just had my surgery, and I felt so great that the mom and dads were giving me a very warm thanks. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher. And he said, thank you. It's okay. Your kids are okay. So nobody was harmed during the time. So we went across the street, and then everybody. It was like a kitchen fire in the kitchen, and so we went back, and then all the people there. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. They thank you. Oh, praise God, praise God. So everybody was talking about it, and they were thanking me, and they were. I feel so good. I feel so great that I did a very a good thing for them, and so to continue that. So I was there when I signed up for 1 year. 1 year there in that Reagan building, Federal, and then because that school is all the employees in that building, very big building. Those who are kids, they have their own school there. They put their own school there, and then after their office, they just take their kids and bring them home. So usually the kids there, the parents of the kids there are working on that building, and some of them, they are business parents. They have their stores there, like usually fabrics and Chinese and Jewish people. They put their kids there because it's a federal building. So I signed up there, but then I was enjoying there because it's a fancy, and they're fancy parents too, because they work in a big building. And then the school that I was substituting before was also looking for me. And then the agency said, Inesita, this Dabnov is looking for you. I said, wow, but I already signed up. And by that time, because I need training, because I only have 12 units. Of course, I have my bachelor from the Philippines, but they don't credit it that time. So I was already hired because they saw my records, and so it's in the valley. Duckliff was in the valley. I said, oh my God, I already signed up. It's good. During the training, by the way, the supervisor sent me to the training. It's California, the whole state. They have a training somewhere in Orange County, and then the spot that you told me to be there is a supervisor. Supervisors, it's an extra slot for supervisor. I don't want to be in this slot because that's for supervisor. No, you have to go there and be trained. No. So you know what I did? I didn't go to the supervisor's slot. I went to the the teacher, for the teachers group. So teacher group, And I told them, sorry, I did not go there because I feel uh, different because everybody was supervisor, as well as principal, so I would be left behind. So I told it, my supervisor there, and I did not go to the spot. So anyway, so I asked permission there. There is um, a simple, um, spot, vacancy there. So I was there, but then when they accepted me in the valley, I, I signed up uh, as permanent. So I permanent there, and then I moved to the valley because I live in the valley, permanent there, and so and I was also struggling because I was still just also hurting. But I told my supervisor, I just had my surgery, so they're just taking it easy for me, and so and there was a challenge for me that some fresh graduate younger than myself. I was already 50 plus 6, almost 60 at that time, maybe 60 or 61 at that time. So some younger people who just graduated told me that uh, they wanted my position in that thing, and then they knew that I don't have uh, credential. I don't have credential during that time. They asked for teacher who are California credential. So I was thinking, oh, this would be another problem for me because I don't have any credential. And the supervisor defended me. She said, yeah, she doesn't have credential, but she's working for it because they don't want me to go from their school. So she's working. She's taking classes. So whether I like it or not, I work from 7:30 and ends in 4 o'clock. After 4 o'clock, went to L.A. Valley College, and I study. 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock. 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Every day. Because I have a goal that I have to have a credential. Plus my credits there in the Philippines, they put it together. They evaluated it, and then so there were some subjects that were benefited or credited, and then I have to take. So I have to take, and praise God because the child development program paid for my studies. At first, I applied for financial aid students. I was working, and at the same time, I was also studying, and so that was 2002, 2003, 2004. I just included one to make it short. So uh, I studied until and I processed all the papers that I have taken all these units, and I sent it to Sacramento with the help of my supervisor, and it's I'm very happy when they evaluated everything and they sent me a certificate of Inisita Katada is a California California credential teacher. So I have credential. So I cannot. I'm very secure that I cannot be touched anymore because I'm credential and California credential teacher. But then I studied. Still, I study. They just evaluated, and it was enough that I can be qualified for a credential teacher. So 8 years I was teaching here. I was staying at Cecil. Cecil was used. I went back to the Philippines, and my supervisor will not allow me because if there's no substitute for me, I cannot leave the school. So I asked my friends. I stayed for Cecil for 8 years inside their room. I rented for a room in their house. So I let Cecil, can you be a substitute so I can go back to the Philippines. And they were very happy there in the Philippines because I was already had. And before that, you know what? I forgot to tell you. Remember, I told you that I just have the highlight. When I had my surgery here, um, I, 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 I had a feeling with this different here, something here. Let's say there is a scar here. That's why I don't want to have a open dress. First, I don't have cleavage, you know, and then have, I don't want to have this seen because I have a big scar here. Why? Because during the time with my treatment for my mastectomy, I had a lot of, even before the surgery, I tried taking a lot of medicines when they said that I was diagnosed with cancer. So I tried a lot of, you know, that medicine that are herbal, you know, that do this is good, this is good, this is this. And so maybe only that my my glands or parathyroid glands, maybe it was affected because there was something wrong with this. And so when I went to the doctor said that it needs surgery. I said, oh my God, it's not goiter. It said parathyroid because I asked her, is it goiter? You know, lack of iron? No, it's uh, unbalance of the something. I forgot the unbalance, and then a lot of calcium. Mm. That's the reason why I love life very much, because I've been experiencing a very like a nightmare. So after that, he said that this has to be have they need to have surgery. Then I said, oh my God, this in the leg, I would die. I think, oh Lord, maybe this is after the surgery here, maybe this on the surgery. And then the I don't know what they did, but they put it's parathyroid something because not the calcium is not distributing well. I don't know. That's how they explain. I was also in the Presbyterian church there in Vermont and hunting, and so there's some people. Oh my God, maybe they gonna cut my. But there was a plaster here. There's a plaster here, and I think I said I better stop taking the pills for 5 years because maybe that affects that thing had affected my hair and length. But I just continued taking it. And then another thing, 3 surgeries. Surgery here. That is 2002, 2003, 2004. I'm just getting the significant. I mean the the highlight. 2003, 2003, 2004. And so there's another thing here in my kidney. You believe that? Another thing, kidney. But the doctor told me that we don't have to have a open surgery. We can just put something in the, pop, pop, there, under, and then camera, and then laser it. Laser. So I think I saw a little bit the TV, and then there is a toot, 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 boop, and then I saw that they laser. You see, it was accumulated calcium, like it forms into a stone, and then if they would have surgery for me, then this will be open. But the doctor said we can take it through. We can have it through laser. So laser. And then I said, oh my goodness, oh maybe this and first here, and then here. So it's doing like that. And so, and I was working at that time. I was working under the doctor. I was even working in the um, in the school, and at the same time I work also in the uh, what you call this, work source, because sometimes they need me work source. If there is if the school is not open, I go to the California work source, and the doctor told me, you should bring um, a container every time you pee, gather your pips, your urine, and then she will bring it to the clinic. And so I always carry all this. I always carry and carry. It's good that my boss was very understanding. I have to go to the restroom again. I have to gather my pee, and then I have to go to the clinic and show it to the doctor, because they want to see if the stone has turned into like a sand, like a sand. It how do you call that? It breaks. The stone they wanted to make it really breaks and turned into a sand, like a sand. And then the doctor said it was like a yellowish, and then the doctor said, you need to drink more water. And when they examined me, oh my God, he said there is still a stone there. Not everything was cracked down, because this doctor said it's very hard and we cannot do more, because he made mention about something, the medicine should only be how many milligrams. If it's too much milligrams, then the other organs will be affected. So another next week there would be another laser. There will be a laser, because there was stone left behind inside, and they wanted to laser it, everything. Maybe only half was taken out, and so on is there. So oh my God, it was really tough. So anyway, um, they put another how do you call the tubo, laser, poof, 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 and then so I was in hospital, and I'm so glad that the guy that I met, remember that I started to like him, the guy was visiting me, and then make flowers, he brought me some flowers, and then say hi, and then, but then I was staying here in the valley, and then that was 2001. Now, 2001 is the surgery, 2002, 2003, 2004, and then 2005 I felt better, and then I started to wake up. I was strong again. So again, my friends were telling me, let's go, but I have to take it easy. But if I stayed at home all the time, I would be more depressed. So I have to go out. So my friends there, and there were lots, many experiences that I did, going with them, and during that time, I had already finished my units. I have many Englishes. I took Englishes, a lot of Englishes. I took a lot of psychologies. I took a lot of child development until 72 units. I gathered like 72 units of child development, and then until I graduated. I already my bachelor, but then I graduated in LA Valley College, and then I met that my husband now. I met him already during that time, because I only take like 2 subjects, another terms 2 subjects, and so it takes me too long to finish. But until I met him, my husband now, and then my cousins, my relatives, they are far away. My daughters is in South Carolina, and and the only one who was present during my graduation is my husband. He was just remember the old camera, that we used to buy in the CVS, the yellow one. Do like that. he, was, he was still my friend during that time. He was we were just like a platonic relationship, so he used to invite me dinner. He used to invite me dancing in a sports club, and then there's a TV, and we watch together, and we used to have the gig. What's the gig? Live band. We used to do that, and then so anyway, so he was the only one. Come here, Ray. Come here first.
No.
You were the only one. Yes, just wave your hand. You were the only one who was present in my graduation, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
So he was the only one. So he doesn't want to show himself because he has already a page. And so where are we now? So so I forgot now. So I graduated there, and I have my California credential teacher, and I was trained in everywhere. I was trained. What do you call this? First aid, everything, and then I went out with some friends, and then among the group, I was the eldest. I'm the oldest of them all. There were 60s, there were 63, 62, 64, no, 61, 62. There was also 57, 58, but I was already like 64, I think, 64, 65, but the other friends were like 58, 57, 58, 60. I was the only 64 that time, so I was the eldest. So we go there. I remember we also always go to the sportsman's lads. So punta kami doon. Maili. Tapos ako ang pinakamatanda, ako yung kinagulangan nila. Sunod sila na ako. They followed me because I'm the oldest one. Sabi ko, naanaon ka na. Ang akong mga amiga, may kanya-kanyang type sila sa mga lalaki. Ako may tagabantay. Pero mahadlok na ko ito, natakot akong makipagkaibigan ng lalaki dahil inisip ko na wala ako, I'm not complete. So natakot ako. And then my friend, I believe that he's staying away because I might be a burden to him. So natakot ako. I was just having fun that I will pair my friend. Oh, you like that man? Go. This one, this is your type. Oh, go. Oh, this is time. So ako ang nila. Sabi ko. But there were also, because I talk with them, like I was friendly to them. Look at me, I'm not so pretty, but the man wants to talk with me. And then when I started dancing crazily with my word action, they like it. She said, you have a lot of fun. Have fun. So, but then anyway, I'm trying to stay away from relationship during that time because I was hurt, and then I was also hurting, so no relationship. So, ang inano ko na yung mga kaibigan kong babae. Sabi ko, yan gusto mo yan, buy mo yan. So yung iba kong mga babae kami sa, kukunin ko yan. Bayo ko na ko, kukunin ko yan. I have a lot of stories to tell. But one at a time, sinabi ko sa kaibigan isa, iyan ang gusto mo. Sabi ko na isa, yan din ang gusto mo. Yan ang type mo. Palagi mo sinasabi, oo nga. there was a time na yung lalaking napili niya, tapos nagkano, sige, baili na mo, kay kamo na pareha. And I was just enjoying, ako sa kanila, pero hindi ako nag-iisip na magkakaroon ng relationship dahil natakot ako dahil anong gagawin, dahil malaman nila ako ay maraming mga illnesses, marami, at tapos nasaktan ako sa lalaki yung una kong nakita. Tapos sabi ko, oh, yan na. Isang beses sabi niya, oh, ayun na, day, oh, ayun na, oh, yan na, bumalik. Bumalik pa naman yung part niya lalaki, sinabi ng lalaki, I saw you. You were giggling with a guy, and you were so close, and you're so sweet. And then what she said, what she told to that man, said, no, that was not me. That's not my boyfriend. That's Inday Nelly. Oh my God, that's not mine. Tinakpan niya. So anyway, during that time, because I don't want to be stressed staying at home all the time, and even I'm working, I do lesson plan, of course. I do lesson plan in the late of the evening, and then after that, after the going out. So, mayroong isang babae na, Inday Nili ang tawag nila sa akin, dahil akong pinakamatanda. Inday Nili, yun nag-imbita sa akin, oh, let's go. Ako ang chaperon ninyo. Tapos kumain kami doon. Kasi maraming tao naman, hindi naman kami pumupunta sa walang tao eh. Tapos sabi, Inday Nili, tabi siya ng tabi. Sabi, binibiro ko sila, oy, patabihin mo dahil pinakain na tayo. Tawag kami ng tawa. But anyway, I still have a lot of things to say if you to tell. But if you put that in the comments, sabihin ninyo if you want to continue my story hanggang sa katapusan. Sometimes I still have a lot of funny stories. Hindi pa dumating yung nagpaksal kami. Hindi pa dumating na bumalik yung lalaking nagustuhan ko na, dahil mabait siya, tumulong sa akin para mag-umpisa ako magturo. Bumalik. Tapos ito na rin, nakipagkita rin sa akin. So, anong gagawin ko? So, next time, tomorrow, I'll tell you tomorrow. The continuation of my story. Okay? Hope you enjoyed. And I hope it gives you lessons, for us women, ladies, female. I hope it gives you lesson. Watch your diet and do not be stressed out. Dahil yung state of stress natin ay isa din sa sa cancer, makaka-trigger sa ating magiging cancer. Okay? So, continuation tomorrow. Thank you for watching.